Good evening, friends, followers, channel members. Happy Monday. Another week is upon us. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you all had a great weekend as well. Obviously, I was, if you caught us last week, you'll know I've been rather busy this weekend, so sadly we had no weekend streams, but it's great to be back here and for something a little bit different as well. Our last flight was in the A330, wasn't it? Which always nice to fly something a bit different, so I thought we'd do something a little bit different again today. Obviously still a nice real ops Easyjet flight, but this time we are in the A321 Neo aircraft. Yes, it is the Latin VFR aircraft, but backed by the Horizon mod, which basically turns it into a much more advanced A321 in that it has all the fly-by-wire coding and systems installed, so something a little bit better than the default settings of the Latin VFR A321 Neo. So yeah, something new for us as well, or not new, but definitely something different. So we're in Berlin. We're going to be taking this down to Rijeka in Croatia. Now this again is one of those flights that usually takes place during the summer months, so it's not actually flying at the moment, so you'll not see this. That's why we're using, well, you'll not see this on Flight Radar 24s, which is why we're using our default channel call sign Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. But yeah, it is a real world flight. And do you know when I was creating the flight plan for this, which I've just realised I've not even got pinned into the top of the chat? Let me just do that for you. But when I was creating the flight plan for this, I got completely thrown out by the fact that, of course, we are now in UTC time, Zulu time, whatever you want to call it, here in the UK. So that's it. The nights are certainly drawing in. It's always dark now whenever I fly in an evening, and of course we've got kids on holiday and Halloween tomorrow, so what a week to look forward to. So welcome guys, thank you so much for coming on board. Good evening to our amazing channel members. Hey DC, J-Hog, Zara, Christian, good evening, Christian Starmer as well, Liana, yeah, Liana, it's like VFR, doesn't matter. So good to see you guys. Ace is here as well. Thanks, Ace. Hey, Zach121, thank you for being here. Carl V, good to see you as well. And a shout out as well to those watching on Twitch. And I noticed as well on Twitch, we've now got 4,000 followers on Twitch. So a nice little another little milestone there for our Twitch viewers. Thank you so much. Bobby G, good evening to you as well. Alright, well, I have been very underprepared for this flight, which means I haven't looked through the operational flight plan at all. I've got nothing prepped, so we're kind of just looking at this together for the first time, so that will be fun. So, where is my operational flight plan anyway? Let me just grab that. We can have a quick flick through. Here we go. So then, should see. Let's find our aircraft and let's get in. There we are. Okie dokies. So we are in, as I say, the 321 Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, Berlin to Rijeka, and a payload of 22.5 tons, which seems like a lot, of course, when you're used to flying the A320. A takeoff weight of 78.5 tons. We can get up to nearly up to 100 tons in the 321 Neo. But we're not near that today. We've got a not that much fuel, so landing weight about 75 tons, underloaded by 3. Cost index of 44. Who created this flight plan? Someone's added an extra 4 to the flight plan. Oh well, never mind. Or maybe it's just to compensate for the massive trip wind. Which we've got today. A nice headwind of 42 knots. So there we are. We'll stick with 4, not 44. So we're expecting departure 07 right. ILS 14 for the arrival. And plan block fuel of 6 tons. CNR's 2.3. Where is the? Is it Zagreb? the alternate tonight. Quick look at our moorer then as we head down. I think there's nowhere where we end up with a minimum off-route altitude of over 10,000 feet, so that's all right. Ljubljana is probably the highest peak, some terrain around there. And then we've got the weather down here. So ceiling of 3,000, visibility of 4 kilometers, and the winds aren't looking too bad either. Alternates are also Cat 1, so that's fine as well. Foxo, I can't fix the AZ text. That's a Latin VFR thing, so sorry about that. Nothing I can do. Or there might be a way to go in and edit it, but if there is, I've not touched it, quite obviously. Let's have a look at the forecast then for Rijeka. That doesn't look bad at all, does it? Today is the 30th, yes, so 350 at 8. Good visibility, scattered clouds 4,500 feet. Becoming 140 at 12, so that makes a nice headwind for the arrival tonight. Or a little bit later on, it looks like the winds might start gusting up to 25 knots, and early hours tomorrow morning, thunderstorms and rain. Okay, well that's not going to affect us, so that all looks fine. Now, standard instrument departures 407 left. I think we're going to depart 07 right. At least I hope so. It's a much shorter taxi if that is the case. So that shouldn't affect us. And we've got no times either for the arrival. Perfect. Okay. So no times look clean. There's our flight route. What we've got weather-wise. Ooh, icing up to 20,000 feet for the departure. All right, a little bit of extra fuel then for that. Looks like after that though, it's plain sailing, and there's that terrain around Ljubljana that we spoke of. So that all looks fine. Let's get rid of that. Let's have a look then at the charts, grab what information we need off here for the start. So we're stand Charlie 5 this evening, and yeah, that's what I say. If we can get out on 7 right. What is 7 right? Oh, hang on. I need to go back to my NOTAMs then. What's my note? A minute. Where are they? Just gotta find them now. Oh yeah, no, it's fine. I thought it was 07 left for a minute. No, it's not. It's yeah, no, it's 07 right. That's fine for the departure, which means I can disregard those NOTAMs. So yeah, so 7 right is a much easier taxi than 7 left. Straight down there on Bravo. Departure then, we've got a nice long runway, 4-kilometer runway. It's nice and dry as well this evening. We'll get the ATIS in a moment. A couple of things that we can get Radnav wise. So we've got the Bravo India, the Brandenburg VOR. We'll get that in the Radnav page as we go. And then we've got we'll contact ATC. They might want us on the Loras 1 Zulu or 1 Quebec. We'll see whichever. And then we'll brief accordingly. They also have different climb clearances as well, so yeah, we'll definitely get in touch with ATC and see. Noise preferential set to where is that? No, it's not showing on there. It's fine. Although the Loras 1 Quebec, that is the preferred SID, and that's the one that basically is take off and immediately turn at 600 feet, turn to the right, which is always good fun. Let's have a look then. So transition altitude 5,000 feet. Not sure on the climb altitude yet, we've not been given it. And 2,400 is MSA. Good. All right. So that's enough of that for now. The only other thing to then think about is what fuel we're going to take. And as we are, I've got 6 tons. Weather's going to be pretty kind to us tonight. Got a bit of VATSIM traffic around. Just take an extra, maybe just an extra half a ton for holding on the ground here, and any other en route delays, a bit of icing as well. So yeah, 6.5 tons should be fine, which isn't a great deal, is it? It's about 400 kilograms extra. But that's what we will. That's what we'll agree on. Good. Now, have I got integrated GSX turned on with this? Let's have a look. Right, I'm going to turn off the fuel, but payload synchronization, yeah, we can turn that on. That works. So, fuel. Let's have a look. instead of 6.1, we're going to take 6.4. I'll just type that, 6.5, sorry. I'll type that in. There we are, and we'll set that to real time. So let's do that. And GSX can't defuel anyway, so that's fine. And just download all the payload information here. Now, guys, you'll be able to tell me, can I begin loading from? Oh no, I begin loading from GSX, don't I? That's right. I don't use this screen. Might just let anyone who's a bit more familiar with this than me confirm that. So I use GSX to load this, don't I? And it then has this all sorted, which is why it says GSX payload sync enabled. Just there. Right, well, whilst I'm waiting for you guys to answer me on that question, let me grab some 80s and then we'll get going. Leanna, I've turned off GSX fueling. Done that. Because as we discovered the other night, we can't defuel, can we, with GSX? Right, so let me just see. Can we just start boarding? I think. Let's just crack on. Request boarding. Should we get some catering as well? We need some catering. So we'll get that done. And request boarding as well. They can both sort themselves out. Okay, let's grab some 80s for Berlin. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. And we've got lots of ATC knocking about tonight as well, so that's good stuff.
Position level 70, wind 090 degrees 7 knots, cav OK, temperature 12, 2.10 QNH 1000 trend, no sig Berlin Brandenburg information India. Out.
Well, that was one of the easiest ATIS informations to get, wasn't it? So let's go and set everything up. QNH is set. Before we do that, let's just do the usual stuff as we take over the aircraft from our previous pilot. So I want to check what's looking like on the overhead. So we've got the pumps off, packs are off, that's fine. Seatbelt signs are off as well, as we are going to refuel in a moment, or defuel. So nav logo lights, they are on. Speed brakes, flaps, parking brakes, gear extensions, squawking 2000, occupations in the green. Good, alright, let's set everything up. So QNH is 1000, audio control panel, guard frequency is being monitored, that's fine. Switching panel, thrust levers, let me just check these are calibrated, they are. That's fine. Come up here, get the constraints on. I'm not sure what the initial climb altitude is going to be, either way 4,000 or 5,000 feet, but we'll contact ATC in a moment. Normally I'd set everything up, set the box up, and then contact ATC, but as there's a couple of different options they can give us for our departure, I think it would be prudent to contact ATC early this evening, so let's do that now. Clearance delivery is on 121605. Berlin clearance delivery, good evening, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, stand Charlie 5, type A321 Neo with information India, requesting IFR clearance to Rijeka.
So, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, information India is correct, start up approved, clear, Lima Delta Romeo India, Luchos von Quebec, flight 20 route, climb via sit, 5,000 feet, squawk 1000.
Initial climb is altitude 5,000, squawk 1,000, and just confirm the SID for us again, please, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Sure, Luros 1 Quebec departure.
The Luros 1 Quebec departure, thank you, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, reach the correct time, ready for push and start.
We'll go. Okay, wow, that was a fast reback. But good, means we're not messing about. Alright, so let's go through, set up the box and check what we've got. He has just cleared us, it's going to be the Quebec departure, which is the funky turn as we depart, so that's good. Like that. And that's also confirmed for us as well that it is going to be runway 07 right for our departure this evening. Okay, let's get rid of that. Two-tower, what takeoff performance calculator will I be using? None, because we haven't got a reliable one for the A321 Neo, so I'll just be toggering it. Toga Monday. Alright, box set up. So, 1 hour 22 is the honour of flight time estimated. Let's check IRS. I've got 3 nav greens. Aircraft status, LEAP engines, Eric cycles valid, and let's do our in request. Blue, what is the actual call sign for Easyjet? It all depends. If it's one of the jets is registered in Switzerland, it's Top Swiss. If it's from the UK, it's Easy, and if it's in Europe, then it is Alpine. Okay, let's just check that. So, alternate's correct. 3-4 off. My costing is 44. No. I can't run an EasyJet flight with that cost index. Ground temperature is plus 12. The tropopause, what's that today? It is 39588. So let me just pop that into the box. I'll just clear the scratch pad in a moment. What was it? 39588. So get that in and do the wind request. IRS in it. Have we got the coordinates on stand here? We do. Right, what have I got in the box? In the box I've got 5221.3 north, 5221.39 north. Yeah, okay, that's close enough. And 1335 east, 1334.04 east. Yeah, that's fine as well. Okay, close enough for jazz. Flight plan. So, departing, we've confirmed it's going to be the 07 right. Departure on the Lotus 1 Quebec. Make sure I get the right one here. Where are you? Just grabbing my chart for that. Yeah, okay. Lotus 1 Quebec departure. Insert. And then there'll be a discontinuity to clear out, I'm presuming, after Luros. Yes, there it is. And then in Rijeka, we're expecting ILS 1814 Zulu. And what star have we got in? The Gerda 1 X-ray. There it is. And I think the VIA might be Gerda as well. Let me just check this. So coming in on Gerda 1 X-ray, which is from here, takes us to. Oh, it might be Erdax then. Erdax might be the VIA. That makes sense. Okay, can't actually see Erdax. Oh, I can see Erdax is just there. Ah, right. Oh, it might not be that VIA then. Hang on then. It depends, I guess, if we're using the Zulu departure, or is there another one? There might be another one. Gerda might be the actual initial approach fix. Yes, it is, look. Right, so let's choose Gerda, insert that, see then what it looks like. The operational flight plan has got how many miles? 473, and somehow I find myself 502 there. That sounds like something's not quite right, so let's discover what that is. Ah, right, so we've got some extra mileage in there. Okay, what does the other approach look like? So that one comes in using the Breezer NDB, doesn't it? Okay, if Gerda is one of the options, what if we where have you gone? Let's get rid of the VIA. So if we go with the approach VIA and no VIA, what's that do? Still taking us to Erdax. That shouldn't happen. We should basically go Gerda and then from Gerda to Breezer, and that should be it. Breezer's not even in there. Okay, let me try something. Let's try the Yankee approach. that looks a little better. Still wanted to take us though via Erdax, isn't it? Which is strange. Alright, so what's the difference between the Zulu and the Yankee? Is the go-around any different? The go-around's different, so... Okay, I'm going to pop the Zulu back in. Zulu's usually preferred anyway, so let's go with that. And then what we're going to do is if we go with no star, but we put a veer in. Let's have a look at that. What does that give us? Because that girder at arrival should just take us straight to Erdax, and then we should be in. Alright, I'm going to insert that, and then I'm going to have a quick look and make that work for us. So what we want to do, I mean, if we get vectored anyway, it makes no difference. Don't know if ATC will be online when we get there. But what we should do then is we should fly girder to Erdax, and then, well, Erdax actually has us going back on ourselves, so that's wrong. We should just go girder to Breeza, which I'm going to do by clearing out Erdax, clearing out the R1410, clear the discontinuity. There we go. What's that look like? That looks better, and the mileage is better as well. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's leave that, set that up. Radnav page, we said we can put in the Bravo India on there. Even Spencer, does Horizon model support soft go around on the Neo? Yes, I believe it does, because the Fly-by-Wire A32NX does. Anything the A32NX does, the Horizon mod will do. Okay, Radland page is sorted onto our init B page. Right, what we got? So, zero fuel weight is planned to be 72.7. With a CFG of 28 point, no, we'll call that 29. Round it up. We've got a headwind tonight of something silly, 42, haven't we? So, headwind of 42. And let's do our planned block fuel. We're taking 6.5 tons. And that actually says 5.1. Ah, it says that. Hang on then. But for the alternate, we want 1.2 tons. Is that going to go in there? No, maybe I have to put the block. Confirm the block fuel first. So yeah, 6.5. And then we have got an alternate in there, haven't we? Yeah, so I want 1.2 tons for the alternate. So that then gives us a takeoff weight of 78.5 tons, seems heavy, and an extra 22 minutes of sort of thinking time, etc. Alright, Good stuff. And then we go to our perf page. Right, well, as we know, we don't have a takeoff performance calculator for this aircraft, so we'll be doing toga to make sure we're safe. And are we fully loaded? And then I can get the V speeds. Yes, we are. 217 passengers. We're fully loaded. Brilliant. So that means I can go V1. Oh, hang on. Before we do that, I need to confirm we are going to use flaps 1. So we've got a V speed of 146, 147, 151. Transition altitudes 5,000 feet. Okay, so even though it's an A321 Neo, I can still use this for some figures. So I can do if I put the right code in. Okay, thrust reduction, acceleration, engine out value. Yep, they're all fine, and it's standard engine out procedure, which is great. Now we can't use the secondary flight plan, obviously, but what we can do, just to give us a bit of situational awareness, is we can go to our fixed info page, pop in the KLF VOR, and then we've got that on our navigation display. Should we need it, and we'll also pop in that on the RadNav page. Done. Okay, box is set up, and tune BBI 114.1. Yeah, we've got that on tune of V1. Go away. So box is set up. Everyone, I think, is now on board. I think all we've got left to do now is brief, isn't it? So let's start then with the weather, which we've just picked up from ATIS. Wind 090 at 7, so very slight wind from the right as we're departing. Cav OK conditions, visibility is fine, etc. QNH is 1000 hectopascals. Runway condition is dry, nice long runway, 4 kilometers long. Weather en route is fine, might have a bit of icing conditions as we're climbing out, but that's okay, we've planned for that. Weather when we get into our destination, Rijeka, that looks fine as well. Nice headwind. Wind might get up gusting 25 by the time we get there, but again, it's straight down the runway, so it's going to be fine for us. The aircraft is type A321 Neo, which is it does have a few things in the tech log, sadly. The weather radar doesn't work. I've not got SimBridge running, so our terrain radar doesn't work either. Secondary flight plan doesn't work. A couple of other things in the box don't work, but we're still flyable. That's for tonight anyway. No NOTAMs that affects either our arrival or departure. Threats to be aware of, just a little bit of traffic here in Berlin. It's obviously a very, very busy airport. Not too familiar with it. We've flown out of it a few times, but it's not one I'd say I'm overly familiar with. In terms of terrain or anything like that, that's pretty straightforward. MSA 2,400 feet, we've got no terrain around it. So yeah, I think we're pretty good. We do then, let's have a look at our how we're going to taxi. So as I say, we're standing Charlie 5, we'll push back facing west presumably, and then we'll taxi down. They'll either get us out on V1, V2, down on Bravo, and because we've no performance calculator, we need to go full length. So full length is going to be a toga takeoff, which is going to be very over the top. Wouldn't be done like that in real life. And then once we have departed, we've got a speed restriction of 200 knots in that turn, but once we're above 600 feet, that right-hand turn begins. With that speed restriction, just check the performance calculations. And we can pre-select that. In fact, no, we don't need to pre-select that. We can just leave it in manage speed. I was going to have we got that speed in there in that turn? Is it shown? It might not be. Right, in that case I will pre-select. We'll pre-select 200 knots. There we go. So we're going to leave it in flaps 1 then, because S-speed is 208. So we'll leave it in flaps 1 as we make it through the turn. Contact Bremen radar when advised by tower. Okay, so we don't have any automatic handoff. That's fine. Okay, I think we're good. Only other thing is we'll not bother with a single engine taxi. We'll burn all that extra fuel because it's free and we don't actually have to pay for it. So yeah, no single engine taxi today. Departure is noise abatement 1, no it isn't, noise abatement 2, and a right hand turn almost immediately after departure, and we're pre-selected the max speed. Good job done. As I say, I think we're pretty much all set to go. So that's good. Let's make sure we're all ready to go. Get that APU started. Hello.
Hi there, Captain. All of the passengers are now on board.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
East Train, does the APU still need to be started before passenger boarding? No, that was a COVID thing. It wasn't switch the APU. It was the APU bleed to get fresh air into the cabin. That's all gone by the wayside now. We're back to how things were pre-COVID, thankfully. So, get the APU up and running. Might get the ground crew into position in a moment as well. Just while I was waiting for the APU then, quick PA to our passengers and all you guys if you're just coming on board. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board this A321 Neo aircraft flying tonight from Berlin to Rijeka. We'll be cruising today at a flight level of 34,000 feet. We shouldn't have any departure delays, and there's not much traffic ahead of us either, so a nice quick taxi out with good departure weather as well, and with no en route delays showing either. So if you can take to your seat, seatbelt signs will be coming on shortly, and the ground crew are just getting connected up to get us pushed back. Thank you very much. Speak to you soon. I forgot halfway through that how high we were going to be flying. I mean, I could have just made anything up. They wouldn't have known, would they? Right, good. APU's up and running. That's been running for a minute or so, so we can get the bleed on. Let's close the doors. And GSX can start to make its way. Okay, let's tidy up the overhead, get the pumps on. External power can now be disconnected, and seatbelt signs coming on.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
And delivery Alpine 34 Alpha Mike stand Charlie 5's ready for push and start.
Alpha 34 Alpha Mike, set squawk 2012.
New squawk 2012 for Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Alpha 34 Alpha Mike, reverse QNH 9999. Startup approved for pushback, call apron 121-855.
New QNH 999 hectopascals and contact ground apron 121855 Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Correct, have a nice flight, Mike.
And new QNH is set. What was that frequency? 121855. Brandenburg apron, good evening Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Stand Charlie 5's ready for push and start.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, Berlin from the low pushback approved, face west, QNH 9999.
Pushback approved facing west and the QNH 9999 hectopascals for Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. Good stuff. So, copy preparation checklist then. Aircraft acceptance has been completed. Fuel quantity is 6.5 tons. It's all balanced. Seatbelt signs are on. It has got 3.5 green, bar of QNH 999 and 160 feet.
Locking gear.
And the before start checklist. So parking brake is on, takeoff data has been confirmed, windows are closed, EFB is on flight mode, doors closed and armed, and the beacon lights on. Hazard, does this use the same systems as the FlyByWire A32NX? Yes, indeed it does. Yep.
Release parking brakes.
And parking brakes released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Hey Spencer, so what we got? A 79.2 tons takeoff weight, config 1, flex 58, V1s 156, 162, or 162. Ah, we could use that. If you can get us a takeoff weight for 78.5 tons, that would be great. That'd be nice to see that working if we could. Obviously that you've just given us is an overestimate, so those figures would also be valid. Thanks, Christian. That's the PM's job. Engine mode selected to ignition and starting engine 1.
Parking brake.
Parking brake set.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect. Unlocking gear.
Ah, the barking dog. Oh, Spence, legend, mate. Thank you so much. Right, I'm going to update these perf figures. Although, what was that vibration? That sounded a bit scary. Right, let's update the perf figures then. So, we'll got what? 159, 163, 163, 159, yes.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass being removed.
4 kilometre dry
Left is clear,
runway.
Right is clear.
Berlin apron, good evening, Scandinavian 550, stand Bravo 6, request pushback. Okay, 55, still apron, hello, pushback approved, face south.
Okay, just confirm those figures, 159,
Pushback
163,
approved,
163, flex is 59. Lovely. Okay, engine 1 stabilised, starting engine 2. Manos Rex Accu Seasons Advanced is indeed in. Yeah. Hey, AV8. Darmok, I've got the Thrustmaster TCA Captain's Pack to control this. DC, did I load the winds for the cruise and descent or just for the climb? That is a good question. We've only got the climb winds in at the moment. See, if you only do the... Oh, download this as well. If you don't put your cruising altitude in until the winds first, I think it downloads the lot for you. Which is why when I'm in the Phoenix, you'll see me get the winds before putting the cruising altitude in. Spencer, if you had the load figures, could give us the THS. So, Easyjet don't put the THS in. they get the trim value by using CFG. Less chance of getting it wrong then. Right, engine 2 is happy. Alright, engine mode selector to ignition, to normal. APU bleed can come off, APU master can come off. There we are. Okay, that's done. And what is our trim? Speaking of which, $30.4. No, that'll do. Hello.
Hi, Captain. The cabin is secured for takeoff. Just let me know when you're ready to go, and I'll get the crew seated.
Will do, thanks. And the FSLTL checklist on chassis is off, ecam status is checked, pitch trims 30.4, rudder neutral.
November Bravo, Roger, taxi, Charlie 03, via Victor 2.
Spencer, you enter it, but you still use the CFG. Oh well.
Bravo and Echo.
I'm sure someone has a reason somewhere.
Victor 2 and Echo.
Victor 2 and Echo. Jovan for November Bravo.
And ground Alpine 3-4 Alpha Mike is ready for taxi.
Alpha Mike, unfortunately got to wait now for incoming traffic. I'll give about 2 minutes.
Typical. Oh well, let's just put the time wisely. So we'll do the PEDS check. So we've got new figures for our performance, which is great. Thank you to Spencer. The new figures then, we'll just run those by you again. So we've got 159, 163, 163, flexing of 59. So change our performance, but it's still dry figures. Spencer, I should have double checked with you. Is that a full length takeoff, or is that via Mike 3 at Berlin? Obviously, that makes quite a difference.
Mike, give way to traffic hearings A320 opposite direction. The after taxi holding point runway 07 right via Echo, Victor 1, Bravo, Mike 3.
Give way to the taxiing Eurowings in front of us, and then is it possible that we need full length this evening?
Alpha Mike, affirm the case. Echo, Victor 1, Bravo, Mike 2.
Echo, Victor 1 and Bravo to Mike 2. Thank you. Alpine 3 for Alpha Mike. It's alright, Spence. We'll go full length. Yeah, we'll go full length. Right, there's the Eurowings. That's fine. We've got the tax clearance. Get that on. So the only reason I was going full length was just because we hadn't got takeoff performance figures. So full length it was.
Ground altitude 32, request taxi.
Alright, so yeah, that PEDS check again. So obviously we've got new final performance figures, but they're all fine. Working on dry runway, full length departure. Engine out procedure is standard, so it's straight out with a right turn. We can level off and accelerate away after 1,700 feet. Departure is the Linux 1 Quebec departure, which has us immediately turning left at 600 feet. And max speed 200 knots, we pre-selected that, leave it in minus speed, and the initial stop climb is 5,000, which we've not set, we have now. Bobby, that unit gets incredibly hot. Yes, I agree with you. Not sure I'd do a long haul with it connected all the time. Darmok, oh, that is an awesome gift. You'll love that. Alright, now we're on the long and straight. Let's do the taxi checklist. So, flight controls. I haven't checked those yet. We'll do that now. So, full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, neutral, rudder, full right, full left, neutral. Pedal disconnect button doesn't work. So flight controls have been checked. Flap settings, config 1, FMA, climb up blue, 1FD2, 5000 blue. Radar and predicted wind shear is on. ECAM memo, takeoff no blue. EFB is stoned. Why are the takeoff speeds so high? Because we've got real live takeoff speeds today. Thank you to Spencer on Twitch, who's popped that into the software. And it's a long runway. It's a long runway. It's a dry runway, so you're gonna get, you know, high V speeds because the runway is long enough for you to be able to stop at high speed. You've got enough runway left in front of you, basically. Just like the A320 Neo, this one will taxi under idle thrust, even accelerate as well under given conditions. Hey Mitov, good evening. Doesn't look like there's any traffic coming in ahead of us, which is great. Looks a bit black over there, doesn't it? Thankfully we're flying off in the other direction, over there somewhere. It's quite a moonlit night tonight as well, so might get some nice views. Cabin crew, seats for takeoff, please. Mitov, this is the LVFR mod. Yes, that's right. Hey, Magnus 88. Still going. Not sure about strong. But yes, we're still here. Still doing our best not to crash planes. Ground over to Tower 118.805. Thanks for the service, good night. Didn't give our call sign then, did I? 118.805. Berlin ground, good evening, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike on Bravo, approaching Mike 2.
And 3 Alpha Mike here, just coming back when the audio works again, that's great. Wind is 110 degrees 7 knots, runway 07 right, clear for takeoff.
Clear takeoff 07 right, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. So the approach path's clear. There's an aircraft in the distance, but he's too far away to bother us. And the lineup checklist. Cabin is secure. Takeoff runway full length 07 right. And TCAS TRA and packs 1 and 2 off. Love that strobe flashing, reflecting back off the ground. Okay, everybody, safe flight. Off we go. And takeoff. %, and 1 set. Engine 2 critical. And flex SRS runway. Knots.
The Tower, guten Abend, übrigens Schneider Echo Hotel, 07 right.
Schneider Echo Hotel, Berlin Tower, schönen guten Abend. Number 1, wind check, 110 degrees, 7 knots.
V1, rotate. Steady rotate with the 321 because of the tail strike risk.
Schneider Echo Hotel, wind 110 degrees, 7 knots, haben wir so schon bereit, der Flash.
Positive climb, gear up.
07 right, clear flat, übrigens Schneider Echo Hotel, ebenso.
600 feet, and the right turn begins. Thrust climb, climb. Autopilot 1 engaged.
935 for my contact departure, 120.630.
12063 Alpha 135 for Mike. Good night.
Return left heading to 80, descend flight level 80.
Left heading to 80, descend level 80, and I just missed and right for Extingo.
Then FSLTL 3 kilo 85, but you was blocked out.
DLH767 radio check.
Yes, 385, continue present heading descend 4,000 feet.
What's that?
Yeah, please read back, continue present heading descend 4,000 feet.
Maintain present heading and descend 4,000 feet, DLH767.
And 9 Whiskey Drill, turn right heading 100, descend 4,000 feet, cleared ILS approach, runway 07 left.
Manage speed.
What is that? Cleared runway 7 left. ILS approach, very much. DLH767.
Good, 767, that's not for you, continue present heading descend 4,000 feet.
S speed, flaps 0, spoils disarmed.
Present heading and descend 4,000 feet, DLH767.
Departure Alpine 34 for Mike, passing 4,500 for 5,000. Look, 1 Quebec.
Alpine 34, Alpha Mike, trim radar, hello, identified, FlyByWire at flight level 160.
Climb flight level 160, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. First climb open, climb 160 blue.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, proceed direct to BEPQ.
Direct to BEPQ for Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
To the 767, turn right heading 340. To the 767, turn right heading 340.
Say again,
Cabin crew released.
To the 767, turn right heading 340.
What did that turn right heading 340, look from the flight 767?
Eine 84 X-Ray Kilo, turn left heading 270, descend 5,000 feet, QNH 9999.
Left heading 270, descend 5,000, QNH 9999.
Interesting, I can see the strobes flashing in the flight deck.
Airplane 34 Alpha Mike, contact Bremen radar 136.450 bye.
13645 Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, good night.
Bremen radar ready.
Bremen radar, good evening, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, passing flight level 100 for flight level 160, and we're direct to Bebku.
34 Alpha Mike, Bremen radar, hello, identify, climb flight level 240.
Climb flight level 240, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. And 240 blue.
2 Bravo Lima, contact Bremen radar 124, decimal 175.
So past 10,000 feet, we'll clear out the RadNav page.
Bremen radar 124, 175. Bye bye.
And the fixers page, second flight plan can't be cleared because it doesn't work. And cost index 0. Seems pretty stable, doesn't it? Let's get the seatbelt signs off. Troy's.
34 Alpha Mike, proceed direct to Maren.
Direct to Maren for Alpine 34 Alpha Mike.
Radio check. Last station redefined.
Maren. Nav. Okay. So let's get all the lights off now as well. More and more directs, that's what we want. Christian, we're in Germany. Not even 5150 and already 2 directs, 3 frequency changes. Welcome to Germany. But Troy's, yes, the Horizon mod makes a massive difference, it really does.
This is 962 Bremen radar, hello, identified descent flight level 140.
Does anyone else think the engine sounds a bit too loud, or are we quite happy with it? Those strobe lights are very bright. You can just see the wingtips there, look. DJ, how do you change navigation from dotted lines to single lines? So, if you're in selected heading mode, so you're controlling it, you pull it, push you into heading mode, and if you push it, it should put you into nav mode, which is a solid line.
Proceed direct Delta Bravo 57.
Sorry, that's 962 and direct Delta Bravo 57.
Troy's, you can get it via the headwind installer now, the Horizon mod, which is nice. Just keep an eye on that temperature. So we are within icing range, icing conditions. We're forecast for departure, but just avoid the clouds. Should be all right. Nicholas, do I have how do I have third-party scenery for every airport I fly to? Either payware or freeware, usually on flightsim.to. Just put the engine anti-ice on just whilst we climb through this little bit.
Ein 34 Alpha Mike, contact München, radar 133, decimal 565, bye-bye.
133565, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, good night. See, this is why you need a PM. Especially when flying in Germany.
Ich komme von Toto Decimal 8 und leider für dich habe ich in München alle zugemacht.
Und Toto Decimal 8, München Airways Romeo Charlie, danke dir für den Abmacht, ciao.
Munchen Radar, good evening. Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, passing flight level 220 for flight level 240, and we're direct Malm.
Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, München, hello, identified, continue climbing level 340.
Continue climb flight level 340, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike. And 340.
Scandinavian 30 November, descent flight level 200.
Level 200, Scandinavian 30 November.
YTP, no, Phoenix hasn't announced anything, obviously. Tomorrow is still October, technically. Halloween. DJ, with modded airports, have I ever had trouble with ILS? No, always worked very well. Not sure I'd want to do a low visibility procedures auto land on a brand new airport until I'd done at least a normal ILS landing there, just to check.
Good evening, Charlie,
But you've got to remember that not all ILSs are capable of taking you down to the ground.
Flight level 350.
Or rather, they may take you down to the ground, but not the ground you're expecting. Nice runway 04 right, for example.
265, read you 5, but you're not in my airspace.
Hey Pete, why don't you fly the next flight from the previous arrival airport? Just to keep things fresh and mix things up, Pete. We used to do that though, actually. Nicholas, in your sim, the Phoenix has always made random grass patches appear. Do you know how to fix it? That almost sounds like your PC is struggling to run both Phoenix and whatever settings you've got set for your scenery in the simulator. Because the Phoenix is quite a hefty beast, so it uses quite a lot of resources. God, those windows are dirty.
Thank you. I hope you enjoy your drink.
The moon is quite bright somewhere tonight, isn't it? I mean, oh my God, those... I can't tell if... What the hell's that? Is that a reflection of a cabin light inside? That's not the moon, is it? I don't know where the moon is. But these windows are disgusting.
Lufthansa 1 Delta Mike, contact Bremen radar frequency 136.450.
Lufthansa 1 Delta Mike, Bremen 136.450. Schönen Abend, ciao.
Bacchus, what's the chance of a failure tonight? 0, because we're not in the Phoenix. Ace Airstream, how long did it take you to think of that? Yes, there might not be a live stream tomorrow night because I might be a little bit busy with the youngsters.
Hello, identified. Continue climbing level 370.
Has it ever tried the Horizon 787 yet? No, I've not. I wouldn't know if it was any good or not. It's, I'm sure it's brilliant, but not being au fait with Boeing, I wouldn't know if it's any good or not.
576 München, hello, identified.
I was wondering if I've got my Hoppies ACARS code set up in here. I'll just have a quick look. Where would it be? Is it on here? Hop is enabled. Hop is user ID. Oh yeah, there it is. I know you're not meant to actually show that off, are you? But I don't think it's going to cause that much harm. I have got that actually saved somewhere. I'll just check that's right. Because if we can log into it, your Hopper's ID has to be validated. Oh, there we go. Right, well, hopefully then, maybe we can log on if Munch and Radar are providing some...
Swiss 15 Charlie, contact
CPTLC.
radar frequency 136.0450.
136.0450,
What frequency were we currently on? 133.565. And they do use it above flight level 315. Oh, okay. So, should we see if we can log on? Echo Delta Mike Oscar. No Hopper's connection. Ah, oh, that's a shame. I don't know why that doesn't work. Always used to. DC, good. Wow, celebrating nearly 2 years of channel membership. Nearly 2 years indeed. Time flies, and you've learned so much. DC, thanks so much for your support during all that time. That's incredible. I really do appreciate that. It's a bit murky up here, isn't it? Temperature though is -51, so we're not in icing conditions anymore. Dracony, what do you do if the Phoenix tells you require more fuel than you currently got loaded? Do you have to start the whole process when you flight plan? No, just throw extra fuel in. Every flight we do here on the channel, we normally load more fuel than the flight plan tells us. Mac Alt Star. And Alt Cruise, and we're at cruising altitude. Excellent, alright, job done. Well, that was painless. So, cycle through the ST pages. Cost index is back to 4. So. Fuel checks out. All of those good.
173 München, hello, identified flight level 340.
All systems normal. Good, right, top of climb stuff is done. No amber lights on the overhead either, so that's fine.
München Radar, Servus, Lufthansa 98 Mike, on stand 32 in Dresden with information Kilo. Request IFA clearance to the stores.
McWhit, FlyByWire versus LVFR. With the Horizon mod. So with the Horizon mod that I'm using today, they're exactly the same.
Lufthansa 98 Mike, could you please say again the departure route? I missed that.
BBX 7 Echo departure.
Right, let's get some on route weathers then.
Lufthansa 98 Mike, clear to Düsseldorf via the BBX 7 Echo departure, climbed via SID 7,000 feet and squawk 1,000.
I'm going to assume the en route weathers work in this aircraft.
Climb via SID flight level 70.
Obviously they sadly don't in the Phoenix at the moment.
Altitude. And the rest was correct.
So we'll send off
flight level 70, Lufthansa 98 Mike.
LKPR, which is Prague, that's not that far away.
Alpine 74 Alpha Mike, you are leaving my airspace monitor Unicorn 122.8.
122.8, thanks for the service, Alpine 34 Alpha Mike, good night. And then Unicomet is.
Scandinavian 4 Alpha, contact Bremen radar frequency 136.450.
Right, so, alright, ZA, yeah, that'll do. We'll send those off, see what the weather's doing at those 3 fields. And then we should probably look at also doing a fuel check, see how that is. So Draconian, is it reflected on the fan load sheet, then you don't have to do any extra calculation? Well, you kind of do. You need to make sure that you're not going to be too heavy to take off, or too heavy to land, for example. And then when you go on your init B page, it'll give you your takeoff weight with whatever fuel you've put in, so you can compare that, get your maximum takeoff weight. Also have a look at your operational flight plan to see what your maximum landing weight is and what your planned landing weight was, and then add in the difference between the planned fuel and then the extra fuel that you're going to take. Right, the couple of messages come through. Oh, it's a shame Praha radar's not online. That would have been really neat. So how far are we away to our next waypoint then on Bodex? So we've just passed, right, let's do a fuel check. We've just passed Marham, so here's what we're going to do. Let's see, so what extra fuel did we take to begin with? We took about 400 tons extra, because the planned block fuel was about 6 tons, 600 kilograms. We took 6.5, so about, we'll call it 400 kilograms extra, plus the contingency, which is 200, so 400 plus 200 is 600 kilograms, so we took about 0.6 tons extra. Now we'll find the waypoint at Marham, where we've just passed on the flight plan. Where are you? There it is. So 4 tons, well that's an easy calculation, so we should have had 4 tons with the extra on then, which was 600 kilograms. We should have 4,600 kilograms, so 4.6 tons. What we got? We got 4.8, so all is well. Right, well, whilst everything's working as it should and we're not being bombarded by ATC calls, quick PA to the passengers, let them know that everything's fine. Ladies and gentlemen, once again from the flight deck, we're now at our cruising altitude today of 34,000 feet. We're currently on time as well with good en route weather, so cabin crew will be taking care of you with their food and drink service, and I'll speak to you a little bit later on before we start our descent. Bye-bye. Right, so we, I reckon, should be on the ground in about an hour. That'll be good. But my first officer can cross his legs for that long. So we've got a company message. Let's see what the weather's doing on those. Thiago, will add-ons for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 remain active with 2024? Yes, they will. At least that's what we've been told. I mean, if they hadn't made them compatible, then they'd have shot them. They'd have just shot every third-party scenery developer in the foot, wouldn't they? Because everyone would have just stopped making things. Does the print feature work in this aircraft? Oh, it does. Oh, Leanne, I've seen City Skylines too, and I did think, oh, that looks like fun, but when the heck am I going to get a chance to fly that, to play that? My son used to enjoy playing City Skylines with me. We'd do it together. Right, what we got? Prague is fine. Rijeka's fine. Although that's interesting. 0308. Ooh, that's a bit of a tailwind for our landing then. At the moment. Oh, I'm going to have to just grab the limitations document. I can't remember what the max tailwind is for the 321. I'm used to the 320. Where's my documents? Where's my Ofcom gone? Look at the headwind that we've got. That's that looks pretty funky. Hopefully it won't be long until we have got the mini cockpit FCU shipping. Looking really forward to that, because of course an aircraft like this, it would fly with, you know, all the figures shown. Obviously we know it'll work with the Phoenix aircraft, but it won't show the the figures, will it, on the FCU? A321 Neo tailwind 10 knots. That's for an auto land. Okay, well, we're still within limits then, so that's fine. Well, so much for having a nice view. I can just about see Orion's belt coming up on the horizon, but it looks like we're surrounded by clouds, sadly. Oh, Christian, if he's going to troll, at least we can't actually understand what he's saying. DC, is a new storm coming to Europe. Will we fly it? Yeah, what's this one called? Is it... I would say Kieran. I don't think it is. Someone in the chat will tell me. But yeah, I did see something about a new storm coming to Europe very soon. Parts of the UK obviously still flooded after the last one, which is very sad. Really don't have much to look at outside, do we? Is it Storm Kieran? DC, thank you. What did I say it was called? No point sitting and looking out the window, is there? There's nothing to actually look at. thirsty, I want a drink.
Hi, Captain.
Hello, could I have a cup of tea up here, please?
Of course. Just bear with me while I serve the passengers, but I'll bring it to you as soon as I can.
Why bring it to me? She's just going to leave it in the galley and I'm going to have to go and collect it myself. Right, so let's have a look at this arrival. What options do we have? What were those winds? Winds were 030 at 8. I mean, runway 32 would be better to land on them, wouldn't it? That's an RMP approach, though. This aircraft can't do RMP approaches, or it can. But it'd be interesting. Hello?
Hi, Captain. I've made your drinks. They're waiting for you in the galley area.
Thank you.
Okay, no problem.
Who the hell was that? Was that my co-pilot? My German co-pilot? Yeah, so... Oh, it could be interesting. How do we plan for a runway 32 RMP approach, or do we stick with the tailwind ILS? I don't actually think I can jump on Flight Radar 24 and see which one is currently in use because, well, it's not exactly the busiest airport in the world, this place. In fact, one flight has landed today from Munich, Croatia Airlines. I don't know if any flights departed today. Oh, actually, excuse me, no flights have arrived or departed today, and a flight that was meant to depart today was cancelled. This procedure is prohibited outside ATS hours or when radar service is unavailable. I'm guessing radar service is not currently available, which means that we stick with the ILS approach and a bit of a tailwind, which is okay. That's negotiable. Ian, I know. What's she doing with the passengers first? Then I always fly with the same crew. Absolutely. Get to know them. Which in reality means they probably should know that I want a cup of tea regardless by now. Pete, how would you know that runway 14 is currently active? Genuinely curious. That is the one that would usually be active because it's got the ILS approach. That RNAV approach though, that really does look like fun. Maybe on another day. If the wind gets up anymore though, oh, we'll see. Ava, you won a scholarship to the LCM and didn't go. Oh, wow. What instruments? Pete, Avia weather. I'm not familiar with that. Oh, Aviate piano. Oh, that is that's a legendary instrument to be able to play well. I think lots of people can play the piano, but not many people can play the piano. Sight read the dots at the same time. It amazes me how people do it with 2 staves, and organ players with 3 staves. My eyes just don't spread in that many different directions. Hey, you're a bit rusty with the scales and arpeggios these days. Well, that's the problem, isn't it? When you when life kicks in, sadly you can't play the scales anymore. Hey, Brian. Good evening. Ace, you're admitting to being an organist, but a bit lapsed. Yeah, fair enough. The console is no more complicated than a Boeing flight. That's it. As for scales, my god. There you go. Now anyone with perfect pitch, tell me what key it was. I don't actually know if you could hear that. But yes, I carry the piano around with me on my A320 flight deck. Yeah, Irish. Yeah, of course it was C. I wasn't gonna attempt something like E flat major live on stream. Although, hang on. There we go. There's E flat major. And then we could get really complicated with the minor keys. Harmonic and melodic rubbish. Brian, what do I use to control the camera view? Yeah, no, it's just the mouse. Just the mouse. Christian, can I play the baseball theme? Oh, hang on. I know which one you mean. 1 second. I've got to find the right organ for that. You mean that one that ends up with the charge at the end? No, I need some dots in front of me. Maybe can I sing and dance? I most certainly can't dance, and I definitely can't sing. I can just about blag my way through stuff. Ash, how am I doing? How am I doing what, Ash? Gutted that on a night where we've got a bit of moonlight, we haven't got anything to see. Ash, how am I playing the piano? How does anybody play the piano? Like this? Like that. With hands. Should really stop mucking about with the piano and concentrate on our arrival brief in a minute. Is this the one next to me? There might be. YZL, yeah, eyesight, mate, eyesight. Sweaty Camp, great name. Am I from Donny? No, a little bit further to the west. Only a little bit though. Don't push it, Christian. I might be able to give you a little bit of Mozart. There you go. I don't even like Mozart. Evening, Cleaver. Ace all together now, magnificent men. Ave, I promise that wasn't demo on the keyboard. Had I used demo, it would have sounded far better than me. Ace, as for magnificent men, let me see. One-handed. I am surprised, Ace, that people know that tune. I mean, that really is a golden oldie. Hey, evening Amtrak. Was it? If it, yes, yeah, it was literally just long-sightedness. That was the problem. Right, I'm going to grab the latest weather. I don't think the METAR for Rijeka will have changed. Then we should really start looking at our arrival. I'm briefing it. Christian, Tom and Jerry. I can't remember it. I used to be able to do that. A little bit of Liszt Hungarian Rhapsody. I love that episode. Right, Metar's come through. Wind still 030 at 8. Okay. I don't think that's changed actually, has it? No, look at the time as well. In fact, look at the date. That's not reliable, surely. Alright guys, is anyone able to grab me an up-to-date METAR? Because that METAR there is from the 16th. Well, that's no good. Thank you, Christian. Oh, that's much better. So, what have we got? Winds variable at 3. Perfect. So, we'll take the ILS runway 14. Transition altitude is 10,000 feet. Minimums for that weather is 484. QNH 1006. temperature is 20 degrees. That's warm. And config 4. Hey, Peter HCO, how you doing, Peter? Good to see you. Are you working, or are you on a break? I've often wondered this. Is that actually a C major chord? Oh, so it is. I know they call it a C. It plays a C major chord, but I'd never actually checked it. But there you are. Apparently, it is. Right, let's check this arrival then. Set up a box for that. Right, what the blooming heck is that? Is that because we're just going too fast? It might be. So, girder, BRZ, and then straight in. Those speeds don't look too bad. This waypoint here on 409 is 11 miles away. So what speeds he got there? 224. Okay. I might just amend that slightly. What's that 180? Back here, yeah, seriously, they Airbus have put in a C major chord there, and they actually refer to it as being a C major chord in the documents and the manuals for the chair. But I never actually put it against the piano to check. I thought, oh, this is a good opportunity, I might as well take it on board and see. Peter, shift into 22 local. Oh, nice. So, BRZ, which is a local NDB. Hey, Captain Nathan W. We're headed to Rijeka in Croatia this evening. It's a very happy chord, Bacchus, isn't it? So it's just to let you know that there's been a mode revision, a mode change, which is really nice. I mean, they could have gone with a could have gone with a minor chord, and that might have made pilots sit up and think that doom was impending. But no, they opted for a happy chord. Right, so that's Brett's VOR is in there. Progress page. So DRI runway 14. We need an augmented fourth to announce a failure. Oh, the devil's chord. God, no. Yeah. That's the stall sound. Last page is done. We're landing with 2.7 tons fuel on board. Okay, all good. Leanna, funny thing with the failures, when there's a lot going off, the warnings get missed a lot of times. They do. Now here's a question back on topic now. Why are the audio call-outs missed? There is an actual reason behind it. So Leanna says, funny thing with the failures, when there's loads going on, a lot of the audible warnings get missed by pilots. Why is that? And whilst you think about that, there we go. Top of descent's now on screen in about 60 miles. We'll get ready to brief our arrival. So this airport is 264 feet above sea level. Good. Yeah, so Lone Sparrow's got it. Auditory exclusion. Basically, when the brain capacity starts to get filled up and your senses are getting overloaded and the stress levels start to rise. When your mental capacity is close to exhaustion, the first things to go is your audio response. So things get missed. But yeah, there have been lots of research into saying that it is the first thing to go, audio exclusion, when your brain's mental capacity reaches its peak. W, you've been to Rijeka in real life, very, very beautiful. I know, shame it's night time, we're not going to see any of it. But never mind. Actually, we can just see little bits now. It looks like some of the cloud cover that we had is now gone. It's a gorgeous part of the world, though, isn't it? Cleaver confirmed his wife hasn't heard anything he said for the last 30 years. Okay, then it's that time. Let's brief. Alright, starting with the weather, which was kindly given to us by Christian a bit ago. So we've got winds are light and variable, with 3 knots. Visibility is 10 kilometers or more. We've got broken clouds at 4,000 feet. Temperature is 20 degrees, current 1006. So that's fine. It's not raining or anything like that. We've got a nice dry runway. Aircraft type is aircraft type. We know the aircraft type. The aircraft hasn't broken. The aircraft's still behaving itself. No times to worry about for arrival. Threats to be aware of then. Terrain. Obviously, we've got terrain everywhere except to the south and the southwest of this airport. So, also been unfamiliar with the airport or the location. Just remember, if in doubt, fly south. That way, we won't hit anything. MSA is 8,000 feet as well because of the high peaks that we've got on the Croatian land shown just there on the chart. So that's our biggest threat. Also another little threat, we've got no air traffic control. So there we are. So let's have a look. We're on the Gerda arrival, and this is basically, we're just going to come straight in from Gerda, and from there we will then fly direct to the Breezer NDB. That begins the start of our ILS approach. The plan will be a Gerda with green dots, and then from there we're going to the flaps 1, then at Breezer flaps 2 as we get down on the glide slope. Platform altitude is 2,900 feet. It is a normal 3-degree glide slope as well. Pappy's there to help us all the way down. So in terms of the approach, yeah, it's a pretty normal ILS approach. Visibility is fine, so well, legal to start the approach. And we've got minimums of 484. Airport is very, very straightforward. It's going to be taxi, land, and then spin round. It's a 45-minute wide runway, so we will be able to turn the aircraft around without going all the way to the end, unless somehow we manage to stop a beam Bravo. I doubt that's going to be the case, to be honest. And then obviously we'll park up and taxi in. So yeah, very, very straightforward approach. This is pretty much a straight approach. If we need to go around, though, I'll climb straight out on our runway heading, and then we've got some RNAV points. Now, sadly, we don't have go around track in this aircraft. So, interestingly enough, do we have a different procedure here? Yeah. So this would almost work for us. Straight ahead and 6.3 miles RJK. Is that a VOR actually? Oh, it's not a VOR. Let me just get that in the radar page. That would make sense. Sorry, I'm just putting that in while I speak about it. Because we might need it. Yeah, 178. So, 6.3 miles from Rijeka VOR. That's where we can commence a right-hand turn. Don't overshoot the 9.8 mile DME arc. And that basically will just take us back to the Bredva NDB and hold. And we want to climb and get to 7,000 feet. Is it 7,000 feet on this one as well? Oh, this actually takes us to Erdax, 8,000 feet. Okay, well, I would say that Bredva at 7,000 feet is probably the best way. So, with no ATC, we could ask for a non-standard missed approach, which basically we're going to, do the Zulu approach with the Yankee arrival. But that's that briefed. That go-around will also be flown at flaps 1 with a max speed of 185 as well. Matt Jensen, good evening, sir. Hope you're well. Right, and for you guys to just confirm what we've got in the box, another thing I am going to do is LDRI14, which is our landing runway threshold, and we will just put a range of 9 miles around there, 3,000 feet, and we can intercept the glide slope around there. Perfect. No need to extend the runway centre line because we're going to be in on that as we go. Mads, congratulations. He says I caved. Bought the bought the Phoenix, and he loves it. Right, we'll let the cabin crew know we're going to be heading down very shortly. Where are they?
Hello, Captain.
Hi, just letting you know we've probably got about 10 minutes and then we'll be in the descent.
No problem.
Legend, Dark Fury, mate, are you still in the chat? I've just missed. I've just seen there was a celebration from you. Been a member for 32 months, Dark. You absolute legend. That is why you called the legend, Dark Fury. Another month, another milestone. Nearly 3 years. It's getting that way, isn't it? It is indeed getting that way. Yeah, Christian, I couldn't say 5 minutes. It wouldn't have registered it on self-loading cargo. It has to be 10, 20, or 30. So I just lied. We'll start descent early. Brian, do the crew have a response to no problem? I don't know. Okay, actually, another little threat we should have brought in. With no terrain radar, and we're flying into an area with high terrain. That should probably be deemed a threat. Right, down we go. Thrust idle descent 120. Oh, it does look nice, doesn't it? You can tell the moon. I would say the sun's out. You can tell the moon's out somewhere. The clouds are lit up. Mr. Lewis, am I happy with the Latin VFR mod? I'm happy with the Latin VFR when I've got the Horizon mod installed on top of it. Then I've essentially got everything that I've got in the A321NX. Not only have we got Orion, I think it's cold enough to see his sword, just. Which means somewhere down here is the brightest star in the sky. And I've forgotten its name. Mads, I'm not seeing it, but I have heard lots of good stuff about it. Right, 67 track miles to go. 30,000 feet. I'm not liking that calculation, to tell you the truth. Got to slow down as well. Thrust idle, open descent. Come on, get down. Mads, is finished the GSX with downloading? No, absolutely it is. Yep. Definitely. I use it with every Fiat Extreme that I do now. Hey, Farming Sim. Ladies and gentlemen, you'll have noticed now that we've started our descent into Rijeka, and we should have you nice and safely on the ground in around 20 minutes or so. So if you can get yourself seated, the cabin crew will be preparing the aircraft for landing very shortly, and we'll look forward to seeing you after the flight. Thanks for flying with us, and speak to you soon. Speed brake's still out. This is why you shouldn't trust the VNAV in this jet. Yeah, I know, speed brake's still out. I've got my hand on it. Cleaver, does open descent ignore green dot? No, I shouldn't do. Bear in mind, open descent just gets your aircraft pointed down and going as fast as the speed it is targeting. So right now I'm targeting 350 knots because I really need to get down. Far too high. Speed brake's still out. Yeah, so Cleaver, it does. It just ignores constraints. It gets you down based on your targeted speed, whatever that may be. Oh, Dr. Magic, that sounds like hell. That's the problem. If you don't fire the sim up for ages, then there's just so much to update and sort out. Right, so 5,000 feet, QNH 1006, seatbelt signs on. I think we're going to do well to get in here, to be honest. Approach checklist, Barrow Ref, QNH 1006, seatbelt signs are on, minimums are 484, auto brake low, AFB is stowed. If we're performing glide slope capture from above procedure, what we're going to do when we're on the localizer, we're going to get the gear down. We're going to select flaps 2, speed 180, and we're going to run that VS down. Speed brakes still out. I could be really naughty and take the autopilot off to get down a bit quicker. Landing lights on. So coming up, we'll activate the approach phase. Landing system on. Not sure what this little loop's doing here. I might just have to tell it to go direct to BRZ in a second. India Kilo Romeo is identified. Okay, manage speed. Why on earth has it still got me doing a loop there? That's not good. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Okay, speed brakes away. BRZ, hold, 144, right turns, lose some altitude. We're not a million miles away, are we? Not a million miles away, but I'm a bit fast, and I'm not happy with their approach. So perhaps just bleed off a little bit more altitude there. In fact, you know what? No, I am happy. Okay, flaps 1, speed's checked. Flaps 1. Hull heading. Autopilot glass or local cat dual. Cat 1. Where's cat 3 dual? We're too high for that. Cat 1, autopilot 1 and 2. Speed brakes back out. Hold speed there. Let's tidy up that flight plan. Okay, flaps 2, speed's checked. Flaps 2. Glide slope start, lock start, captured. Cabin prepare for landing. Rijeka traffic Alpha 34 Alpha Mike established runway 14 and we're 15-mile final. This approach altitude 7,000 feet is set. Just need to drop that speed down. Otherwise we can't configure for landing, which obviously we don't want that. And get the gear down in a moment if we need it.
$2,500.
Red altimeter alive. Leanna, I am recording now. Yeah, I was concentrating more on the energy management. Well, we got a nice CDA, that's for sure. A strong wind as well at the moment. Almost looks like a little bit of rain as well ahead of us. It might not be. It might not be.
$2,500.
It is a really nice approach here as well in the daytime, if anybody's done it. 004, yeah, there's another storm. Storm Kieran, isn't it, I think? Forecast this week. Christian, just put it on auto land and play the baseball jingle instead. Good now, gear down, spoilers armed, and we can start to sort ourselves out. Manage speed, flaps 3, speed's checked. Flaps 3. A bit bright. And flaps 4. Let's go for and can I do a landing tutorial? There are plenty that I've done tutorial wise on YouTube if you want to check those out. Christian, next time I'm stuck in a hold on VATSIM, I should play the Interstellar theme. What, over the mic? On frequency. Right, let's bring this bigger bird in. Rijeka traffic, Alpha 34 Alpha Mike, 3-mile final runway
1,000.
1,000 feet. picture looks nice there, doesn't it? Bang on. The wind's lightly from the right.
Hundred above.
We're just dropping, come on. Sort that out. All 3 reds.
Minimum 400.
Continue. Yeah, back on that centre line.
$50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Oh, centre line miles off. Oh, a bit of a stutter as well as we landed there. What was that all about? Oh, that's one of the worst landings we've done for ages. And it spoils the vertical screen. Decel. Manual brakes. Versatile idle. Yeah, not happy with that one. Not so much anything wrong with the touchdown itself, but the centre line was, well, it was well off, wasn't it? And we also had also kept dropping low as well. I'm having trouble steering the aircraft now. What's going on? Right, let's park somewhere and we'll check out the replay. Night, Zara, thanks for being here. Back, he's put it down to a gust or something. A gust, winds were 3 knots. Not even I can put that down to a gust, Bacchus. I think Christian has a point as well, though. When we started to drop low and I raised the nose, the autothrust was late kicking in, which then gives me a bit of a boost of speed at the time I didn't really want it. Never mind. Should probably slow down. 20 knots on this apron is probably not the smartest of moves. Just before we go any further, let's turn that off and that off. And those off. Right, let's carry on moving. Didn't want to fry my ground crew, you see. I take their health very seriously. Night, old novice. Well, at least the parking wasn't a bad job. Alright, shall we check out the replay then? See what that looked like. So let's get off of VATSIM. We'll get rid of self-loading cargo as well. If we can do that. And we'll check it out. Either way, guys, welcome to Rijeka. Great airport. Great airport and a really nice approach. Definitely worth checking out in the daytime. Well, it looks like it's starting to rain a little bit now. A few bits of raindrops on the windows. Christian, that's not rain, it's sweat and fear. Yeah, there, look at the pitch was also in the back of my mind as well. Bear in mind, we're in an A321, so you can tail strike these a heck of a lot easier than you can the 320. Oh my word, that was a bit of a bank angle there at the last minute, wasn't it? That looks really weird with the strobe. Do you think that strobe effect looks almost like something out of a disco? Shame it's not in time with the music. God, it's a very dark airport, isn't it? Where's my runway edge lights? Why are they not turned on? Christian, you're saying it looks like a horror movie nightmare. Yeah, it looks very strange, that. I've not seen it quite like that before. I'm pretty sure the other side will look something similar as well. Back here, yeah, where's the glow sticks? I think, Andy, you can turn the icing back on now with the Phoenix, yeah. Very strange. Very strange. Maybe this airport only opens up in the daytimes. There might be something in there. Anyway. Well, guys, thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed our evening flight. Something a little different tonight. Flying in the 321. I do like it. With the Horizon mod, I do like it. I think it's, you know, it's quite a nice... Quite a nice aircraft to fly. It's something a bit different as well, isn't it? So, change is as good as the rest. That said, we'll probably be back in the Phoenix for the next one. And I suppose, as Christian asked so nicely just before I leave you. Well, hang on, let me just turn that up. There you go, Christian. Does that happy, make you happy now? And that's me done. Good night, everyone. I shall chat to you all very soon on on Discord. Night, guys.